Dad, are you crying?
Who is your daddy?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I am your father.
Welcome back to Two Dads, One Sippy Cup. It is Wednesday morning. Hope your cup of coffee is warm, your bladder's empty, and you have a good ride to work right now. Um,
Is your colon empty?
I've been having some issues, but it's not what we're here to talk about today. So, Two Dads, One Sippy Cup. We're just two dads. We're hanging. We're banging. We are figuring it out. And today we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. We got some Reddits for you. We got
Wait, we're banging?
hanging and banging, slanging. We're doing it all.
We're banging and slanging?
I mean, I am. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing over there? Because you're not banging and
I'm
slanging.
pretty tired, so I'm not doing much.
What are you so tired from?
Michael decided that he was just gonna cry all night. And by all night, I mean from 12:30 to 3 a.m.
Oh, last night. Why?
I fell asleep in his room at 2 o'clock and woke up at 3:10 on the rocking chair with him. And I was like, oh God.
Was he?
And he wasn't even sleeping. He just sat there.
No fucking way.
Well,
Are you serious?
I mean, I don't know what happened while I was sleeping.
Right.
But when I woke up, he was awake, just playing with his hands. But something was like off, like he was crying, so
That's weird.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too
Yeah.
tired. Got a good night rest.
Well,
It's
are
my
you gonna
son's
like
birthday
talk about
today.
like your son's
Yeah,
birthday?
my son's birthday
Yeah,
today.
there you go.
We threw a birthday party for him on Friday. So we had all his little friends over, and I mean, he didn't really have anybody over, but there was some kids here, which is always fun. I feel like when he's around other kids, he like learns new things very quickly. Whereas like when he's by himself, it takes a little bit longer. Like
What are you talking about? Like what kind of kids? What are we talking about?
there was a kid his age, but there was also a 4 and a 6-year-old. So I feel like he started walking like a lot the next day because the kids were like running around like roughhousing, and like he just like wanted to be part of it.
Yeah, I identify with that like hard because one, Michael always gravitates to older kids. Like all could be all the way up to like middle school. He will
Right,
go
right.
up to them and try and play. Like he likes that. Um and he started daycare at like, 6 months or whatever he started daycare, 8 months. So and they were older kids, and I really think that's why he walked early because
Oh, true.
he was like, "Oh, they walk early. They walk. I'm doing that shit."
Right.
Like he walked at like 10 and a half months, and he was a chunky baby, which I was like, "All right, it'll probably take him a little bit to like balance himself."
True.
No, he was moving.
Yeah, like Marissa on Saturday, Marissa was literally like, I think I'm gonna write down today as like he can walk, because like he's been like walking, but like it doesn't. I don't think it counts until like you can make turns and like turn around. Like if I put you down
It
and all
counts.
you can do is go to mama, like does it?
That counts, bro.
Well, we didn't count it. We
Wow,
counted
you're
this.
like a fucking hater.
I'm not a hater. What do you mean a hater?
What do you mean? What did he walk? It's not about how well you walk. Did
It
he
is.
walk?
It's all about how well you walk. What do you even mean? Bro, if I'm
Bro.
potty training my kid and he sometimes shits his pants, guess what? He's not potty trained yet. He's still
So
shits his pants.
until he is full blown walking 24/7, he is not walking.
No.
That's what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like until he's
So
walking.
then your analogy was bad.
It can't be a momentum thing. That's my point. You know what I mean? Like when you put your kid down and like give him a little push and like his feet just kind of like go, like it's walking, but like it's not walking. Like you know.
I guess. I'm gonna disagree with you, but
All right. I mean,
I feel like
I
we'll
gotta talk
just
to
go
Marissa about
back
that
and
later.
forth for
'Cause,
the
like,
next 40 minutes.
we could just talk about that. Do you want to just break this down and like decide on where we draw the demarcation line for
No.
walking is?
My okay, fine. We'll do that quick.
All right.
My line of is he walking or not is like, all right, the first time he took steps, he wasn't walking, he just took some steps.
Right.
But I literally watched the video of your son like a week and a half ago, walked like a pretty long hallway.
True.
Like,
I
yeah,
guess
it
you're
was
right,
straight and he kind of went on like a little angle, but that motherfucker was
yeah.
walking. Yeah, he can't like do like a wind sprint and like turn around and like
Mike,
do all that,
let me
but he
tell you
was
something.
walking.
My wife said that he started walking on Saturday. Guess what? My son started walking on Saturday. Okay, that's it. There's no discussion to be had.
All
I don't
right,
know.
fine.
I mean, like, I mean, yeah, he's definitely started walking last week. Like I think on the podcast on Tuesday, I got on and was like, he's walking. But now it's like he's walking around the house and he can like grab shit, lean down, pick it up. You know what I mean? Like that's I don't know.
No,
I guess
it definitely get his skill level increases. Don't get me
yeah, like
wrong. But
he's got like a 6 in walking now. Um, but yeah, no, there's there is stages. Like when did Michael start being able to like get himself off the ground? Like, because if he can walk all day long right now, but if he's stuck in the middle of the floor, there's no way he's like getting up. You know what I mean?
mm, I mean, he could pull up on stuff though, right? And then he'll do
Yeah,
it.
like he'll pull himself up, but like if he doesn't have anything to
Yeah,
pull up on,
I
like
feel like that takes. I feel like that takes a while.
it
I feel
does.
like that takes a little while.
Yeah, because like as long as he just crawls near the wall and then gets up on the wall, like he can get up whenever he wants. It's just like a matter of like he can't just get up. But I guess that's my point.
Yeah, I get
So
you.
it was a good birthday. He had
So,
it
so
was
who
fun.
else was here for the birthday?
I had my Marissa, a bunch of Marissa's coworkers were here. I think not a bunch. Yeah, there was 2 of them, so a couple. Or no, it was three people, and then their 2 kids.
A few.
A few.
There was a few.
A few. Our nanny was there, and my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law. I think that was it. Oh, and one of my neighbors and his son. So it was a good amount of people. We just had dinner, cake, the whole bit. It was we had the in-laws here for the whole weekend.
So you invite your like neighbors to this?
I mean, he's like my friend, so like I mean, I got golf with him and like
Oh, you're not like neighbors. You're like friends.
we're very friendly neighbors. Like we're not like it's not like me and him are like texting on the side, but like if one of us is doing something, we usually throw out a message. He owns
Okay.
my neighbor owns a small business, and I don't know. I work weird hours. I can never do anything with anybody. It's like it's hard to make friends.
Okay, I get
So,
you.
yeah. So they came over, and I don't know. It's I don't know. I always like having people at the house. Like I always have a ton of fun when people come to my house. Um, my wife is
Well, it's the
not.
best of both worlds. You get to like hang out and you don't have to go anywhere.
Well, yeah, that is a lot of what it is. But for me, it's more like I like to cook. I like that shit. So like for me, I love doing that, and like I just like being around people because I'm never around anybody. And Marissa's obviously not the same way as me, where she's more of like she like runs out of like energy as the night goes on, whereas like my energy only gets greater and greater as the night goes on.
Oh yeah, so like whenever we have someone over or people in general, we've shifted to like a daytime house.
Okay,
Like we are a daytime house.
I like
You
that.
come like when we had pumpkin chug, it started at like 2 o'clock.
That's nice
Like
though. Like I like
by
that shit too.
by 6:30, everyone was gone. Everyone gone.
That's
It was
pretty
great.
cool. Everybody was gone by like 8 o'clock, so it wasn't like a super late night. Like as soon as he went down, everyone was like, "All right, let's go home." Like everybody had kids, so they were like, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm about. I'm about that shit.
All right. Yeah, and What else happened this week? Oh yeah, so one of the other things that's been going on, and this is like almost like I guess we're gonna call this the parenting tip of the week that I received from Mike earlier this week, um, partially from Mike, but
Oh, cool.
so when so we're switching to regular milk right now, just versus like leaning off the pump. She's probably got like a couple days left, and then those
Mhm.
we're empty. They're running on empty, these things. Anyways, and so like he's been like having shitting problems. Like where it's just constantly um shitty. Like he got pebbles. But oh wait, hold on. Let me tell you this story real quick. So the other day, this has to do with
Wait,
shitting.
you're gonna just stop in the middle of
I am.
that? All right, whatever.
So this has to do with shitting, but he's been shitting like hard shits. So like my nanny was like, he's got a really bad rash on his butt. I'm like, all right, like no big deal, like bad rash, no big deal. My nanny is always errs on the side of caution, like whereas like I'm always like, it's fine, like no big deal. Like even with like food, like I'll give him like a whole piece of something and she's like mashing it up, which is fine. She's just being careful, but she sometimes overreacts when she with the words she uses to describe something that's happened to him. So she goes to me, his scrotum.
Like when he had black feet.
Yeah, exactly. So like with this one, it was his scrotum is bright red. It's blistering, and I was like, it's blistering, like because I was like, if my scrotum was blistering, I'd for sure be at the ER. Like that would be what I would do. There would be no question of like, let's wait it out overnight, right? Like you got a blistering pishka deal, you head straight to the ER.
You got a you got a blistering sack. You better get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so like I literally was
That's all
like,
I
it's,
gotta
I
say.
was like, it's blistering. It's like I laughed because like I knew there was no way. Anyway, I checked it out. It was just like a red little nut sack, so he was fine. But back to what I was saying.
Hold on. Speaking of nutsacks. Wait, speaking of nutsacks,
Let's talk about nut sacks.
does poop? Yeah, does poop ever get stuck in Chenzo's like the little creases in his nutsack?
Yeah, for sure. For
It's
sure.
so annoying to get the poop out of there.
No, yeah, he always gets poop stuck in his nutsack, especially when it's pebbly. When it's smooth, it's all in his butthole. But
Yeah, see, the problem is a lot of times Michael takes them while he's sleeping, and they're big. Like he eats a lot of food. Like he eats all day, like all day.
why
He
does
doesn't
he poop?
stop
Why
eating.
Why does he poop when he sleeps? You don't know.
I have no idea. It's just when his body goes, Um, so between like all the pee, like all night, um, and the poop, like he's rolling around. It by the time we get there, it's bad, like it's
Interesting. Okay.
everywhere.
Huh.
It's not everywhere,
No,
like
no, no, no,
outside
no.
the
It's like
diaper, but
everywhere inside the diaper.
it's everywhere inside the diaper.
It's really
Yeah.
fun for you.
So yeah, it's really fun. But I
And-
just give him my phone or his tablet,
And is this
and like
all like this has been his whole
I
life?
can do anything. Not his whole life. We've had our fair share of poop issues. We're having them now.
True.
Dude, get this. Last week, towards the end of the week, daycare texted us. Oh, he's having diarrhea. I had to wash his pants. Like it was that bad. Like went outside the diaper. Over the weekend, completely fine, no issues whatsoever. Yesterday at daycare, crazy diarrhea. They had to throw away his pants. It was so bad.
Oh my god.
Why is he only having diarrhea at daycare?
Oh shit. Yeah, like that's the stuff that gets me, dude. When it's like,
Like
yeah, I know what you mean. Like where you're
only
like,
there.
and it didn't happen at all this weekend, right? Like, so it's just like, what are you doing? What are you giving to him that he's having diarrhea?
Well, he's not getting anything different. We pack his food. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like so yeah. Anyway, I don't understand.
He's diarrheaing like
Oops
how
are
many-
happening.
Yeah, that sucks. Um,
Yeah.
so
I wish I knew why.
The thing
but
I was
don't.
getting to with so basically the thing I was talking about with the parenting tip and this is like take it with a grain of salt because it's coming from me, obviously. Um, so we were looking into it a little bit because like we were nervous that the milk wasn't working because it was like his shits are so hard, but we're kind of just thinking it's just because like it's a transition thing. But um, I didn't know that like they don't really need milk, and I guess like you, I should have known this because like you don't give Michael milk, but like you just have to make sure they get like vitamin D and calcium, and that's it.
No, not vitamin D, calcium. It's really calcium. That's the big one.
Oh, okay.
But like, there's calcium in like things that you eat that you don't even know. Now,
Sure.
it was definitely harder when Michael had his dairy problem to get him calcium. And I'll be completely honest, like, we weren't concerned with it. Like, he was eating, you know, he was eating a lot of food. It wasn't something that we really were concerned with.
It wasn't like you were thinking we gotta get him his calcium. Like that wasn't like on your mind.
I mean,
Is
I
that what you're
thought
saying?
about it,
But it wasn't.
especially
It wasn't the main concern.
especially like especially once he stopped drinking, like because we didn't use dairy, we used oat milk, all these other things. Once he stopped that, it it definitely was like a little bit of a concern. Like I asked the doctor what to do,
Right.
concern. Um,
And what did they tell you
and
to
so
do?
I think if I remember, I mean, they anticipated that he would just like go back to it, and he never did.
Oh, true. So
He
he just
hasn't
won't
had
drink milk
he
still.
hasn't had I never tried regular milk, like dairy, like regular
Right.
milk, because I didn't see a point. Like
Right.
he hadn't he even though I don't think he's allergic to it anymore. He has a sensitive stomach. Like he's constantly on and off with it's like very rare we like perfect over here.
We're like swinging back
So I'm
before
not
he's
gonna
fucking
like
throwing shitty pants out and like rocks in his ass.
yeah yeah. So
It's a
I'm not
pendulum
gonna
of
sit
shit.
here and give him a glass of milk. Like that'll
Just
destroy
to see
his
like
stomach.
which way the fucking pendulum will swing. Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't do that
Yeah,
either.
yeah. So I never tried regular milk with him, but I've tried like chocolate milk, like a pea protein type of
Oh,
chocolate
okay.
milk. He
Well, you
won't.
told me he
He'll
won't
take
drink
two
that, right?
sips and
Yeah,
throw it
that's
away.
crazy.
No, and it tastes good. I tried it. Like it's very good. Um, so I'm trying to remember correctly because the doctor called me one night and she was like, "Yeah, I think it's only like 150 milligrams of calcium is like what they need at
Oh,
that
true.
age or something." So, like, you can get that from like one serving of yogurt.
Right, right. So it's not like they need to be like drinking
But
gallons of milk per day.
yeah, what the doctor actually recommended to me was to give him like a tums, like a
Really?
tums, like the little circle,
That's true. That's all
because
calcium, right?
it's like all calcium.
Huh. Very interesting.
I, I don't know what else is in it, but
I feel like it's a. I feel
I'm
like I
looking
could.
up tums ingredients right
Is it
now.
calcium bicarbonate? Is that what it is?
Yeah, 100 milligrams,
Wow. That's
1,000
pretty good.
milligrams, 1,000.
God damn. What do you need all that for? Also, I
And
think I'm
the,
turning
the
into
only
a
two
milk drinker
active
now.
in
Now that there's milk in the house all the
oh
time.
really?
Oh, I love it, man. Like a glass of whole milk. It's tough. I can't have stuff in the house. When I have stuff in the house, I eat it or I drink it. That's it. Game over.
So you're turning into the Smiths.
Yeah, I guess so. I I could be. Yeah, like I am always drinking milk now. I'm always like sneaking a little sip. It's not like I'm pouring
Well,
myself like an 8 ounce glass of milk. But like the other day we had cake and I was like, you know what would wash this
listen,
cake
you
down good?
need it to grow.
I could use a few more inches.
That's that's crazy that you do that.
Why?
I mean, I'm not saying it's gross, but I just I wouldn't do it.
You won't drink any milk ever again.
No, like I drink it in my cereal, but I always use almond milk.
I mean, I would never, never, ever pour myself a glass of almond milk. That's
Ever?
insane.
No, oh no, not a glass. I don't drink a glass of that either. I'm saying
Right.
like in my cereal when there's like, because I don't make like a little bowl of cereal. I have like big bowls of cereal.
Oh yeah. I don't eat
Like
cereal.
I feel like me and like I feel like all right, well me if you ate cereal, we'd have a very different sized bowl.
It's sort of like the towel that you have at your house. Like
Yeah, like my towel will wrap around you like 4 times where it just fits me nicely.
That's really funny. Yeah, no, we don't eat cereal. I don't know why. I guess it's just very inconvenient for me to eat cereal for some reason.
You know what's inconvenient?
What?
Do you know what is really inconvenient?
What?
When I so in my house, I guess you've used one of my towels. We have like half and half. We have two regular sized towels and then like two like big ones. I don't know
Right.
what they're called. Beach sized towels maybe. And if I accidentally use the regular size one, it is so unfortunate. It is just so
Does
unfortunate.
it like really ruin it
It's
for you?
like yeah, because like I have extra surface area. Like me and you have different surface area. So it takes more towel to dry me. So like by the time I'm getting to certain areas, that towel's soaked already.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
it's horrible.
You know, I can somewhat relate though because like when you go to a hotel, like a really shitty hotel, and you like use that
Yeah, and it's the
towel,
smallest towels
yeah,
ever.
bro.
Yeah.
One
We
time, we were driving down to Florida to see my parents. I think Marissa was pregnant. Yeah, because we were telling my parents. And when we were driving down, we decided let's just stop halfway. Like I picked her up from work. We stopped like 4.5 hours down the road. We picked a Hilton, and we thought like it's a Hilton, it'll be fine. And like it wasn't. It wasn't fine. It was not fine at all. Like we rolled in, and like it was like your room was like when you go to a hotel and like you're not walking into the hotel and going up to the room. You're like walking outside, you know, and like going up. Oh,
it's like a
it was
motel.
a
It's
motel. Yeah,
basically a motel.
yeah, and like they're saying it's a hotel, but it's a motel. But and it was just like, and I'll never forget the towels were like sandpaper, and it was just like so gross. It fucking freaked me out. I'll never do that again, dude. I don't know.
I mean, I only not that I haven't stayed in hotels like that 'cause I have, but in college, like we each had two towels like with our numbers on them, like to shower after practice, and we I had to use basically both towels because it was like showering and then drying off with a bunch of loose leaf paper stapled together. Like it was so thin and horrible that you just had to use both towels to dry.
Right, right. That's nuts. I mean, and
So
you would do that
feel you.
every day after practice for like 5 years.
Every day for 5 years, basically. Yeah.
That's insane. I one time used
Sorry,
to
I'm laughing at our Pokemon group chat. It's pretty funny.
Oh really? I'm not looking at it right now. I oh fuck, I lost my train of thought. Way to go, you jerk off. Um
I checked the schedule you sent me.
oh yeah. Um no, what I was gonna say was showering at the gym. Do you so you showered with like your team, right? So like it was just like a bunch of dudes showering?
I showered. You shower by side of the ball,
Oh, true.
so you shower like with the offense, or you shower with the defense. Occasion when I switch the offense, I would occasionally shower with the defense just to like do some
Balls.
things that would make certain people uncomfortable.
Gotcha. Um yeah, no,
And then I would like to hide everyone's towels, like the whole group of people in the shower. I would hide all of them. That was fun.
Yeah, no, I've never taken a group shower. That's not something I've ever participated in. I'm not
What
into
counts
group
as a
showers.
group?
And more than three, more than three.
Oh, because more than one, you've done that.
um, no, yeah. So I used to. This is crazy. I used to go to the gym before work and then shower at the gym and then go to work in Vegas. I lived in Vegas, and I do feel like it's kind of weird that I would do that. Um,
Why?
I don't
Why is
know.
that weird?
I don't know. I just feel like it's fucking I always felt super uncomfortable being in there because like when you're with your team, right? And like I would totally be fine if I was with like a group of dudes I know, like I'm fine swinging it around, like I don't care. But when you're like there and like the man next to you is
Oh,
dragging his
hold
balls
on,
on the
hold
floor,
on,
like
hold on. What kind of you're talking about? Is it was a room? It was like a room shower. It wasn't like individual showers at the gym.
it was. I mean, like it's not a room shower like where it's like four spouts coming off the thing. You know what I mean? It's like there's a shower and then like sort of like the urinal. Like you're not. You know what I mean? Like it's like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It always bugged me out the whole time I was there. I don't like being
So
around
you
naked
didn't
people
even
I
do
don't
that in
know.
high school or anything?
No, there were no showers in high school.
Oh, so I had to do it for sports and you had to do it for gym class. Like you had to.
Oh, they made you.
Yeah, because they didn't want you like stinking up the school.
You think so? You don't think it was like so that all the priests could get a look at all the boys?
I mean, the priests weren't normally gym teachers, so I don't know.
True.
I mean, maybe they wanted to. I'm sure there were.
It's such a weird thing because like I do feel like for kids it's important to be in like scenarios where it's like that because like you don't think that
Is
like
it?
you don't think that the gym the locker room like is an important place for people to learn like how to be like guys being dudes, you know, like just fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different if you're in like a sport as
For sure.
opposed to like gym class.
Yeah, I feel like
But
gym class can get like pretty like bully-ish, you know.
well, it could happen in sports too, but
True. True, I guess so.
I mean, do I personally think it's important? Yeah, but like did you didn't have the same experience I did. You're doing pretty fine.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I guess you're right. I
All
don't know.
right.
Yeah, I never really had like that. I've definitely never had like a group shower. Like even in college, like no, even in college we didn't do that. I don't think.
I do have like a pretty funny locker room story though, if you want to hear.
Is it like pod pro? Like we can hear it on the pod?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
So we had a coach who was like the hardest. He was our strength and conditioning coach. Like he was like no nonsense. Like you did punishments for days. Like it was misery. He was like a no nonsense kind of guy. And I'm in the locker room and like I don't know if I have my helmet on or if I'm just completely naked. But either way, everything below the neck was gone. You know.
So wait, you would get naked but
So
leave your helmet on?
I did weird stuff.
Okay.
Um, and that like surprises you. Like I don't understand.
I mean, yeah, it's a weird thing. Like even for you, that's kind of weird.
Not that weird. I've done weirder. Um, I was dancing like completely naked, and I couldn't see him. And but the people who were like watching me do this saw the coach walk in like right in front of me, and he screamed that he wished that God would take his eyesight.
That's pretty funny.
And then months later, at the end of the season, we had to like clean up our field of all the equipment and put it in like the shed for the winter. And at the end, he was like talking to all of us, and some kid was like whispering to me, and he yelled at the kid in front of everyone. This was months later. He goes, "Hey, King, I don't know why you're whispering to the pole. There's not much to talk about, if you know what I'm saying."
What the fuck?
So months later, it still resonated in him that he saw me naked flopping around.
So he was talking about your peach good deal.
I'm assuming.
That's pretty funny. Oh man. Yeah, no, I don't have it. I don't have
So
any
yeah,
funny locker room stories. I wish I did. I don't.
yeah, I have a lot of them.
I think we'll leave it at that one.
Yeah,
So you
that's
can
that's
keep your
that's where we're
job.
gonna leave it.
Yeah. um.
Who knows my locker room shenanigans?
All right. Let's jump into the subreddit of the week. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you gonna send it to me or just read it to me?
I'm just gonna read the first one. I'll send you the second one, because it's a little bit longer. And the first one is, I think it's just kind of a funny first line here. This one, told my husband I was going to take a shower. This is in the parenting subreddit, and he responded with, "Didn't you shower yesterday?" um, and then she says, "I don't always like to shower. I don't always shower every day, but since we've had kids, I feel like I have to ask permission before showering since I'm the one that watches the kids 24/7. It feels a little bit unfair." Is that not a wild thing to even just like let leave your mouth?
Well, to say like, why are you showering?
Yeah, to respond, like to just say like, "Didn't you just shower yesterday?" Like, I feel like you don't need to say that. That's asking for it.
I feel like that's not even the right thing to say. First of all, there's nothing to say. Like, I'm going in the shower, so see ya. That's it.
Yeah, it's not like she's going skiing. Like,
But
like,
would it matter if I showered in the morning and then like it's nighttime and I'm like, hey, I'm going in the shower. Well, didn't you just shower this morning? Yeah, but I'm doing it again. Like, who
yeah, like,
cares?
I want to clean up
What?
again the second time. Yeah, I thought that was such a wild one. I just feel like sometimes I see them and I'm like, I don't even know. I wonder if some of the things that I say my wife could write on Reddit, and then I would look at it and be like, "What a jerk off." You know?
It's possible.
I feel
Yeah,
like it
it's
probably
possible.
is.
But I feel like, why are you even posting that on Reddit? Is what I more important to me.
I mean, they did post it with the Flair rant slash vent, so like they were just probably just upset about it. But it does feel like something you don't need like any validation on. Like this guy's a jerk off.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, what? I need someone to tell me like this guy's a fucking schmuck. I'm like, no, I know he's a schmuck.
Right, right. All right. Here's the bigger one. Um, Wife's friend called our son an asshole tonight. So my wife had some friends over tonight, and one of the husbands brought their 7-year-old daughter, who's met and played with our son many times. Tonight, our son wasn't feeling it and shut his bedroom door and told the daughter he didn't want to play. The daughter started crying and making a fuss. I politely said they are kids and immediately had our son look me in the eyes and reminded him of specific times he cried and how they made him feel, and he understood but didn't want to apologize. Um, I walked him into his room and continued having a conversation with him. In the meantime, her friend was being over the top, and walked outside into the patio where my wife was at, slammed our door, by the way, and said to my wife, "Your son is an asshole. He's 6." That's in parentheses. My wife comes storming into the bedroom and making a larger deal about it than it needs to be. At this moment, I realize that everyone needs to leave and say a couple times that it's time that everyone leaves and goes home. My wife at this point is livid. I would ask them to leave and that I'm putting her in the middle. I even walk them out and say bye, and you can tell they are still upset. I shortly learned later what her friend said about her son, and I was shocked. My wife was not upset or offended that someone would say that about her son in her own home. She was and is very upset. I would ask them to leave her house and told her they were already packing up and making a huge deal about this. So now my wife thinks I'm the crazy one, and I'm disappointed. She's not more upset in the moment or later on about what her friend said about her son, the name calling. What do we think?
I mean, it's all like situational, no? Like, like if I was at your house and like, okay, I'll use it the other way because it's probably more realistic in the now. If you were at my house with your son and my son just went up and punched the shit out of Chenzo, and you told me to me, you were like, "Yo, Mikey's an asshole," I wouldn't be like, "What? Get out of my house!" You know what I mean? It like if
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean, I
in
guess
in like
so.
public, like
I guess it's the way you say it though, right? Like if and it's just different because like if I said to you or you said to me, like it's just that's different. Like but like I think with this like it seems like she went up to this guy and was like, "Hey, your son's an asshole." Like like why like I feel like it was unnecessary to say that. Like we know he's being an asshole. Like we're
oh,
aware. We're dealing
well,
with it.
that's what I'm saying in a different way. It's all situational. Like
Sure.
one, it's relationship, and it's also how you say it, I guess. But one thing that someone with kids should know is like when you're gonna say something about someone's kid, you better say it right
Right,
because
right. Yeah, because like, dude, like, because like that's a good example. Like, if Mikey came up to Vincent and was like punched him in the face, and I looked at you and went, "Dude, Mikey's such an asshole." Like, that's funny. Like,
yeah,
but like if
that's
Mikey punches
different.
Vincent in the face and then I come outside to your wife and say, "Your son's an asshole." Like, it's just different. Like, it's just
No,
so different.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely different. Imagine like what? Like I don't even get it. The kid's like 6 or 7, whatever the fuck. Like he doesn't want to play. Like fuck off, man.
Yeah, like I would just be like, he doesn't want to play, dude. Like I mean, like it's wild. I guess the thing is like the fact that she calls him an asshole over that is what makes it wrong. Like that's what makes it wrong. Like he's just being a kid. Like you're
Yeah, like
overreacting.
can a kid like under like I don't know 15 really be an asshole? Like they're just being a kid. Like they don't know.
Yeah, like they're
Like,
emotionally unstable. Like yes, he doesn't
like
want to play with a little kid.
even if they know, like so they're a kid. Like what? I don't know.
I don't either.
I feel like I haven't found like one situation on these Reddits where it's like I could see it both ways. It's always like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
It's
no,
all
I agree.
it's always like so like when I said all situational, I wasn't saying like this specific one. This specific one, like the way this person handled it was stupid. Obviously, it's a one-sided story, but still, like not one time
Wait,
has it
what do
ever
you
been
think
like,
is? What do you
yeah,
think? Let's talk about this though. Okay, I agree with you though. I read a lot of Reddits. 90% of the time, they are. It's so one sided. I'm like, why are we even like? Why are we questioning this? It's so rare
yeah, like
that
why?
you get
Why do you
like
need to post this?
yeah, like it's so rare you get one where people are like, no, he's the asshole. No, she's the asshole. Like it's just so rare. Um, but with this one, are you saying it's? Are you saying so? Is it okay that he kicked them out? Like I don't even know if I would call it kicking him out though, because he was kind of just like, all right, I think everybody should leave. I feel like he's just like a
Yeah,
non-confrontational guy, and he was like, this is not gonna end well. Like I need you to get out of my house. Like you know.
yeah. I don't think that's like, get out of my fucking house. Or I'm gonna kill you. Like, all
Yeah.
right, we
Like
didn't get there. It was
if
just
I
like,
guess if this woman came out in the backyard and said my son's an asshole, and like I was somewhat offended by it, and I said, and then I returned back with, you know what? I think everybody should go home. I think that's me being kind of mature and being like, before I kill you, I think you should leave. You know, like without losing your mind.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think the way that it was handled was fine. To
Oh, you do.
say
Okay,
like,
you agree. So you agree with
to
that the
say,
guy said,
yeah, but hold on. Wasn't there another part
yeah,
that he
because
was like, my wife didn't give a shit or something?
yeah, because like she was like, no, you shouldn't have made them leave, and he was like, he was the one that told him to get the fuck out. Like,
Isn't that always the worst? Like, you're like, oh, I'm out here kicking them out for like talking shit about my family, and then your wife's like, why'd you do that?
yeah, like
Like what?
yeah, like I don't know, like who's right out of the husband and wife here? Because this is a conversation. Like
Yeah, but
I
like it's once again, it's all situational, right? Like, who are these people?
well, yeah, I mean, like yeah, no, you're right. It's always like there's always this guy's telling the story, so like his wife's probably like, dude, you just kicked out my friend. Like that was my responsibility to kick him out, not yours. Like that's probably the situation. You know what I mean? It would be like if
So
Nicole kicked
I
me out
I
and you were
guess
like, what the fuck, dude?
yeah, but that's different because you and Nicole are like or friends. It would be like Marissa's work friends, maybe.
If I kicked them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's what it would be like if I kicked out like Marissa's friend. And I do feel like Marissa would be pretty mad no matter what the situation is, like no matter what it was. If I like I don't know, it would have to be pretty bad. Like I don't think coming outside and calling my son an asshole is bad enough to for me to kick somebody out of the house. But like it really depends. Like how many beers have I had? Like like
Well, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. is alcohol. Like if that's involved, oh man, it's so bad.
Yeah, because like
Because like
because I'm thinking about it right now, sober, and like if somebody called my son an ass, I'll be like, all right, like I don't think I'm gonna hang out with you anymore. You know, like unless they were really like going at it, like I just like don't think I'd want to fight somebody about this. Like,
I also feel like, what are we doing? Like how old are these people? Like this is another one. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Why are you hanging out with someone who's like actually calling a 7-year-old an asshole, like your
yeah, that's
son
wild.
or
I guess that's what it
whatever?
really
Like,
comes down to. Like, I guess that's what it comes down to. Yeah, it's your fault for hanging out with these fucking lunatics.
and I guess it all comes down to like my situation versus your situation, like where you'd be more inclined to like do like it's a for instance, it's not like a real thing, like a dinner with someone who you're like friendly with, where like you don't really know each other, like so things could go south if there's alcohol and
Right,
and
right.
and a situation like this arose. Whereas I'm gonna be with someone
Who you're very
who I
close to.
already know,
Yeah,
or like it would never get to that point because of like where I am in my life with friends and family. Like
yeah. No,
I
I 100%
whereas
agree.
you could.
Yeah, that makes 100% sense. Like sometimes like I mean, I've been friendly with a lot of people since like moving from New York and like I've hung out with a lot of people that are like quote unquote acquaintances and like you really the first time you meet somebody, you're kind of like you're usually buzzed, right? Like you're usually out at a bar. Like that's how you meet people. So like it always feels good. You're always like this is great. This guy's going to be my new best friend. And then like you go out with these couples again or like this guy again or whatever and you're like I do not think that this is gonna work out. Like it's like dating but like worse.
Yeah. So I've only done that with one person, one group of people, my friends Jenna and Joe. That
Right.
was the only time I ever like made friends as an adult. Like I don't make friends. I don't want to. I don't. Like
I would almost say I don't have any friends as an adult like that I've made outside of the workplace.
yeah, well, so what I'm not looking forward to is as like Michael gets older, and maybe not looking forward to it is the wrong word because like I feel like especially when it comes to sports, like you'll meet people similarly minded, but like there's just going to be so many people that I'm going to have to like meet and be friendly with because Michael's going to have friends and you're going to have to like hang out with their parents. Like that's just how it goes. And
Yeah.
I don't think I'm built for it in terms of like I could fake it, but
Right.
I can't fake it after like the first time.
Right,
I
right.
could fake it to survive. I could survive the day. But if I don't like someone, I'm not gonna be like their friend. Like I can't.
No, I agree. I can like tolerate people for a certain extent, but like I can't I can't like make made up friendships. Like that's crazy. Like I'll hang out with you
Yeah,
or
but
grab a
that's
couple
gonna start to
beers,
happen
but
as your son gets older, though.
right. Yeah, no, you're right. Looks like I'm gonna have to be friends with a
Like,
couple whack jobs.
yeah, and who knows what goes down in the South? I don't know.
I don't know either. Um,
Why don't you do first time Chenzo has like a real play date? Put an upside down pineapple on your front stoop.
see if
Just
I get a
that's
couple
all that.
laughs.
Yeah, just because then you're gonna know, right? Like, can I be friends with this person? Do they think
Or
that's funny? If they
do they
don't
want to
think it's
fuck me?
funny,
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like what?
but then you have an out. Then you have an out. Then
True.
you have an easy out. You just act like you had no idea what they're talking about. Um, you're like, what? I thought this was the decoration. Um, but if they think it's funny, then you're like, all right, we could be friends.
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
I do it myself, but I live on a really busy road. I could start getting like letters like every day, like,
You should
hey, I
hang
saw
up.
the upside down
You should hang
pineapple.
up a pineapple, like upside down pineapple flag, and see like how many people come knocking.
I don't know if they'd come knocking. I would be the talk of wonton moms, maybe.
Probably.
Fat white guy seen putting up upside down pineapple.
All right, that's it for Two Dads, One Sippy Cup this week. That is where we'll leave you. And if you're looking to have some fun, some switcheroo type deals, you could stop by Mike's house and you'll see the upside down pineapple. Other than that, we'll have some pretty exciting news for you guys next week.
We will.
I don't know what it'll be, but maybe we'll have some fun stuff
Well,
going on this
I'm
week.
gonna be alone with Michael for the whole weekend, so it's possible.
Nice. I have my parents here for the whole weekend, so I have like the opposite thing happening. All right, so we'll see you next week, next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. Or wait, we see you guys on Wednesday. We record on Tuesdays, so we'll see you next Wednesday. All right.
Bye.
Till then.